Said new videos every week. God damn it, I'm a man of my word. Now, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the show. I haven't prepared anything for this video today. I just wanna, just speak off the cuff and see what happens. Extemporaneous type shit, you know what I'm saying? But I have a basic outline of what I would like for the video to be. Yesterday was my birthday. I recently became an unk. I turned 24. I know I don't look it, but I am a full-grown man. I was just thinking a lot, reflecting, trying to figure out where I am with myself and how much growth I've made and how much progress that I've made. And I just wanted to see if I can advise any of the young people that are watching this, any of the children that are in my situation a couple years ago, maybe like 7 years ago. Everyone that I know that I've been speaking to within the last couple months has mentioned that I have had a significant energy shift since the last time that they saw me, and for a lot of people it's like 2-3 years, and I have become a completely different person, and a lot of that is a result of learning how to think. A lot of people would come up here and try and present it to you as though it were some simple thing that you just wake up and do one day. You know, you just wake up and your brain is on and you know what to do. I remember hearing the phrase focus on yourself a lot when I was a child. And throughout my pubescent years, I heard that a lot. When I was about 16, I wanted to have a girlfriend more than anything else in the world, and I thought that I would be a good boyfriend. I thought that I would be the perfect guy, you know? And then I got one, and that didn't turn out to be the case. I wasn't as perfect as I thought I was, and the girls that I chose were kind of terrible to me. Now, I've reconciled with most of them. Well, I think all of them. And I'm even like quasi friends with some of them. But coming out of those relationships, I haven't had the desire that I used to have to be in a relationship. Like, when I was 16, I was willing to put up with anything from any girl that would just let me be with her in any capacity. And maybe that was the wrong place to start from, but now my standards are so high, they feel kind of elitist and exclusionary. It's almost as though I'm trying not to be in a relationship with the standards that I'm creating for myself. That's kind of a lot of the feedback that I get from a lot of the women that I talk to. And I enjoy being by myself enough that I don't need to get into another relationship. I'm not closed off to it, not anymore. But there was a while where I was, but I'm not anymore. But I won't just accept whatever, you know? It's not a thing for me anymore to where I can just do with whoever decides they will be with me. And so today, I'll teach you how to focus on yourself, because I didn't know how when everyone was saying focus on yourself, and it took me a couple years to figure out what that meant. Focusing on yourself, to me, basically boils down to sitting down and being honest with yourself about what you want. and what you're willing to do for the things that you want. Like being honest with yourself. I remember a couple weeks ago when I was in the gym, my weakest muscle group is my legs. Now, I don't have terrible legs. I actually think my legs up like I've got nice legs. You know, but they are not as strong as like any other parts of my body that are like compound muscle groups, like my back or my chest. They're not as strong as everything else. And when I started training legs, when I started lifting weights, I didn't train legs almost at all. I think that was like the first 6 months to a year of my weightlifting journey. I wasn't training legs almost at all. I'd train legs maybe like twice or 3 times a month, and I'd go to the gym like almost every day, twice a day. So a lot. And only a couple of those sessions were legs. So my legs were starting to get left behind. But when I started training legs, there was a point where I was training legs twice a week, in like a cycle where I was training every other muscle group once. And that helped them kind of catch up. And then also, I don't think I have bad genetics for legs. I think maybe my calves might need some extra love, but I don't have bad leg genetics. So my legs kind of started to adapt and develop and then catch up to the rest of my body. And I had to be honest with myself about the leg exercises that I would do. And the reason why I wasn't training legs in the beginning is because I would say, okay, I'm gonna go to the gym, I'm gonna do squats, I'm gonna do deadlifts, then I'll do leg extensions, and then I'll get under the leg press and lift 100 kgs. And I was just setting unrealistic expectations of myself. I did want to do all those things. It would have been nice to wake up in the morning kind of psyched up to squat, but I didn't squat. Like I didn't want to squat, and I couldn't tyrannize myself enough to where I even had incentive to squat. I'd just wear long pants and like I started going to the gym when I was already pretty shredded. Like I'd been doing calisthenics for maybe a year and a half before I started going to the gym, and before that I had just been doing like body weight exercises my whole life, pretty much since I was like 10 or something like that. So I had to come to the negotiation table with myself and sit down and be like, all right, nigga, legs need to be trained. You can't walk around looking like a motherfucking carrot, all right? You do need to train your legs. So what are you willing to do? And then I just started looking at leg exercises and deciding which ones I wanted to do. I didn't like squatting. I didn't like squatting until very, very recently, maybe like within the last 6 months. I hated squatting. Before these last 6 months, I would squat, but it would just be like half-assing it, pretty much. And that doesn't work. You can't half-ass leg training and expect to have legs that are catching up to a chest that you're training with like all the love and effort in your heart. It doesn't work that way. So I had to go and research and figure out like which are the exercises that will grow your legs that I will do, and figure out what it means to have big legs, big quads, big hamstrings, big adductors, and then, well, or rather strong adductors and abductors. And then I don't care about my butt. So, like, even now, I'm not trying to grow it. If it grows, it grows. But I'm not trying to. And like nice caps. But I was primarily focused on the quads because I was looking at Randy Orton on one of the episodes of Monday Night Raw, and he was standing on the ramp, like on the front of the ramp, and the cameraman was shooting him from like a low angle, and his quads were massive. He doesn't have the biggest hamstrings. He's got like big legs in general, so he does have big hamstrings, but his quads are gigantic, bro. His quads are ginormous, and I was like, I want legs like that guy. And then I went and I was like, okay, well, he's got big ass quads, and maybe I can start with that. Maybe I can start with training my quads with the intention to have them look like his. And that's what I did. I went and I looked for exercises for quads. I went and I looked for exercises for hamstrings. I went and I looked for exercises for calves. And I created like a regimen. So I was doing a push-pull leg split that was 6 days long with one break in between. So that was the whole week. So I'll train legs twice, chest twice, back twice, arms twice, within that whole cycle. The point, when I started training legs twice, I would do goblet squats with the dumbbell, one dumbbell, and then an elevated heel, and I'd get on the thing and I'd squat and do the requisite squats for the set, and then get out of there. Like I like leg extensions. I like leg curls. Lying leg curls are fine. Like they give me cramps sometimes, and when I do them, I do feel like I'm going to cramp up while I'm in the machine, but I don't hate them. I just have like a very healthy fear. I kind of like Bulgarian split squats, believe it or not. I hate deadlifts, but the Romanian deadlifts are fine. Like the ones with the dumbbells, I think they're called Romanian deadlifts. But if I'm wrong, then I'll fix it in editing. So that was my leg training for a while. I was just doing goblet squats at the cable machines, and then I would go and do leg press because I don't hate leg press, and then I'd go and do leg extensions, and then if I felt like it on that day, I'd go and train hamstrings, do like a nice set of deadlifts and leg curls, and then that progressed into a situation where one day I was doing a goblet squat on the machine, and I had progressed so much to where I was straining my bicep trying to carry the weight that I needed to carry for goblet squats. And so I had to figure out something else. I went and I grabbed like the huge dumbbell because I was doing them by the cable machines. Went, grab a huge dumbbell, and then just did them, and that was fine for a while. And then I discovered that you can do them on the Smith machine. So it's like a goblet squat, but on the Smith machine, so that I don't have to actually like strain my arms. It's like a regular squat, but it's like a regular squat, but also it's not, And then that progressed into just an elevated squat, and then so it's elevated Smith machine squat, and then just a Smith machine squat, and then now I'm squatting free with the free weights, and I had to negotiate that with myself. I couldn't just decide, no, you know what, I'm just going to push that off will and go ahead and get big legs, because I won't do it. Like, it doesn't matter how much I'm supposed to, because I'm an adult and I have free will. If I don't want to do something, it's very likely that I won't. And there's no one, not even myself, that can tyrannize me into doing it. And that's kind of what happened. So back to what that means for focusing on yourself. Focusing on yourself means sitting down with yourself, being honest. This is the outcome that I want, and these are the things that I'm willing to do that are outlined with the outcome. How often are you willing to do those things? And are you okay with the length of time that it's going to take you to be able to get to that outcome because of how little you or how much you're willing to do? That's it. It's nothing more complex than that. So just sit down with yourself and be honest. That's basically focusing on yourself 101. Okay, I want a Ferrari. This is how much a Ferrari costs. This is what I do for work. This is how much I get paid. This is how long it would take me saving up every day to get a Ferrari. How much of my savings or how much of my finances, or how much of my salary am I willing to save so that I can put it towards the Ferrari? If that's $1 and the Ferrari costs $1 million, then it will take you 1 million paid days. Not 1 million days, 1 million months, because you get paid once a month. Are you all right with living for 1 million months off $1 until you get your Ferrari? That's it. Then you do that with every area of your life, your health, your mental health, your finances, your physical stature, whatever that means for you, and also your social and romantic relationships. And then just if you can't put it, commit it to memory, write it down, figure it out. That's literally it. It's not hard, and it took me a very long while to get there, but that's all. That's it. That's what focusing on yourself means. Sitting down and being honest with yourself about what you're willing to do and how much it costs for the outcome that you want. Sometimes that means a dream is gonna die. Let it. Other times it means the dream is going to become fulfilled faster than you realized. That's basically it. So, do me a favor, get in the comments. Commit to anything that you want. Go do the research. Figure out how long it's going to take you to do. And then come back and edit your comment with how much time you're willing to put into it to get to that place. And then we'll see what happens. That's it. So, that's today's freestyle video, I guess. Focusing on yourself and how to do it. Hey, we got a title for this one. Okay, I'll subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it with your friends. I hope it helps. All right, I'm gonna go away now.